Hello, welcome to my bedroom floor. Episode 1, Class 37, Part 1, Repair and DCC Conversion. You have my apologies up front for the poor quality of sound and probably video during this series, so a lot of what you will be hearing is a voiceover. The vehicle currently on display is my Class 37 locomotive from when I was growing up. It is most likely built during the 1980s. The first step in doing, anything with it is testing. So as you can see here, I am putting it on a pre-laid track set up to a DC power supply to check its functionality. As you can see, it goes one way, then the other. As you might see in a moment, sometimes it's not quite reliable and requires a bit of a tap to make it work again. I am currently grabbing a screwdriver because I intend to pop the vehicle open. I am planning to install a DCC ready socket to eventually install this DCC sound decoder. However, in the attempt to crack it open, you will see I discover that the chassis is broken. You can see that as I pick up the chassis, the motor bogie falls out. You can also see, as I'm pointing out, that the wire is green, which is not a standard Hornby colour. This is because I have previously repaired this locomotive. You also probably noticed how flimsy this is. Not only is it broken there, but it's about to snap there as well. So the stud is missing off the way. Let's start out. Glue on there. Okay, so I'm about to start attempt 1 of repairing the chassis, applying some glue to there. P1000, not exactly the best grade for this. What's this one? P180. Sorry. If you're not sure what I'm doing, it's because there's glue on it from a previous repair. Glue! The way I just start holding the bottle, there's no wonder I end up with glue all over my hands. Well used tissue. Yeah, but will it fit? Probably. Looks like it will. Put a bit of activator on, which should cause the glue to harden. Mission accomplished. I glued it to my finger. And I am attempting to put it back in. And it broke off. I don't really want to bore you with a second attempt, so here it is at high speed. In preparation for DCC conversion, I am examining the motor bogie. There is a wire connecting the chassis to the motor that will need to be cut. I have one of these sockets. Probably going to be cutting this down a fair bit so that it's fairly close to here when complete. I'm not sure why, but the exposure on the camera changed for some reason. So, soldering iron is warming up. This is removable. These wires are going to be way too long for me anyway, plus we don't need them all. We need black as a pickup, red as the other pickup, orange and grey then go to the motor, which means all these other wires are unneeded. So I want to remove white. Oh, come on, there we go. Remove white, blue, this yellow, and green. I can smell the soldering iron getting warm. Green. Okay. Let's cut this wire. And strip it. There we go. Other side. Oh, look. Tape. It looks like originally both wires were black. So if I want it close to this and that goes on there, I only need these two to be fairly short. I want a little bit of wiggle room, so I'm cutting them there. So that's about 1.5 inches or 3 to 4 centimetres. One, two. Twist the wires.
Solder!
Side again. Tin the wires. Tin these wires as well.
Yes, those connectors do get hot. I should probably be using a tool to hold them for me.
Yeah, it's very cheap sleeving on, so as I'm heating the wire up, the sleeve's just shrinking away. Yes, my iron is touching the rubber. I can smell it heating up the rubber. And yeah, you can see how I'm holding the solder and the wire. This is how I learned to do it, basically. A bit out of line there. Try again. There we go. So this one's for the motor, which means we want that to be grey. Coming this way, going on there, it wants to be about that much longer.
It actually wanted to be shorter, so I confused myself later.
That didn't even work properly. No. And that then connects to this one. That's 3 wires done.
I decided to go with black electrical tape rather than heat shrink sleeving.
Not to cut a small amount, wrap it around. So first you fold it over, seal it in, and then wrap around that. The side. At this point though, we need to bring this back in. This connects in there. This pop. This is where this is where it breaks. This connects in there. That comes with the wire being too short in the past anyway.
I'm just going to solder this wire on before I look into repairing the chassis again.
This wire go with the other approach, put some solder on my iron, that, dab it on. It's not the best approach, but it often just works. Like before, a small amount of tape. Fold it over, wrap it around. Let's try this. This one's pretty much come off this time.
I decided to get a little bit more brutal in trying to remove the glue this time. In fact, I actually decided to cut the edge of the plastic down a little, as I was having difficulty fitting the chassis inside the body shell.
Right. So now as before.
Glue!
Glue on here. And on here. Get a small piece of tape. Put the tape on where I glue it. That. And on this side. Like that. Stuck to my finger again. Apply tape here. It's being a pain. Like that. Apply more glue to fill this now gap since I've filed so much away. And here, actually I didn't file it away, I basically cut it off, didn't I? That's all you need for the activator. Now that should solidify in the new position. Back to where we were. This side in this hole, like that. This, yeah, then goes in here. Like that. We then apply where was it? This one. This one goes on here, I think. Down with it like that. It's red, yeah. This Orange. I've done it the wrong way round.
I am referring to the cable length. How the grey is longer when should be shorter.
Then goes on here. A piece of tape. To keep these on the top. Grey one goes on here. One of the advantages, if I decide I want it to run the other way, I can just swap the grey and the orange around. It's easy enough now. So this is now my DCC socket. One DCC sound decoder. Up at the bottom, it's easy to get out. Instructions, don't need them at the moment. Let's try that again. It's even worse. So we have screws. That's for that. And here is the DCC decoder. Oh yeah, I mentioned I could swap those around. If you just plug this in the other way around, it does the same thing. So reds to reds. Like this. Get in there. Okay, go in. That's it. It's in. That goes in further. On DCC controller. So, vehicle on the track. Power on the controller. Make it go. That's not exactly the best way to begin, is it? Full speed. Wait, put the weight in. Bit disappointing. Try the other direction. Yeah, this is a bit on the disappointing side.
At this point, I hold it in a position where the wheels make contact. If you listen, you can hear them spinning.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pickup issue. Forward. The other way. Yeah.
And that's the end of part 1. Please return for part 2 of episode 1, where I will continue my efforts to make this a good runner.